Go ahead.
Fair enough. What's your advice to Elon Musk, by the way, on Twitter?
Well, I like him. I helped him when he had difficulty. I think he's a very good guy. I'm not going on Twitter because I have Truth. I think Truth is a better modern day version. But I think he's a really good guy. Paid a lot of money for that, and I hope it works out.
Let me ask you a little bit about.
It's not really as directly a competition. You know, we're also looking at competing with Facebook and competing with others too.
So you don't see the
Truth is, well, everything. Look, everything's competition, right? Everything. You can probably say the network's a competition. Everything, but we're looking at beyond Twitter, and we have a system that's a very modern, very updated system. If you look at pictures, or if you look at prints, or if you look at, they look better. Truth has really been amazing. I mean, to be #1 on the Apple app is pretty incredible, I think.
All right, guys, so we got some pretty big news in regards to Elon Musk and his purchase of Twitter, as the deal has been put temporarily on hold. Yes, that's right, you heard it. Elon Musk's bid to acquire Twitter has been put on hold, and I know that is bad news, or it sounds like bad news to those of us that were rooting for Elon Musk to buy Twitter so that he can actually allow free speech, or put it this way, at the very least, a politically neutral platform, right? So with that being said, again, this is a big deal because in regards to whether or not the deal actually is going to go through, we don't know, but most people, including myself, assume that he's actually going to buy the company, right? I mean, he went and got the money from Wall Street, right? He has the cash. He's actually going to go through with this. However, Twitter has just filed some information as a part of their quarterly filings that Elon Musk has some issues with that may indicate that the company is not as valuable as it is on paper, right? So he might feel like he's overpaying a little bit for what he's buying. And I think that's kind of a part of what's going on here. So let's actually read about why Elon Musk is putting this Twitter deal on hold and what's going on, and then go from there. Elon Musk said his deal to buy Twitter Incorporated was on hold, raising questions about the takeover and sending shares of the messaging service lower, but he later added that he remains committed to the acquisition. Quote, Twitter deal temporarily on hold pending details supporting calculation that spam/fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users, Mr. Musk said earlier Friday morning from his verified Twitter account. The Tesla Inc. chief executive linked to a May 2nd Reuters report about a recent Twitter securities filing with those statistics. About 2 hours later, he posted, still committed to acquisition. All right, so here's the thing, guys. What Elon Musk is saying here is that, look, I'm buying this company for free speech, but I'm also trying to make some paper, right? I'm trying to get a positive return on investment, a positive ROI, okay? You know, stuff that progressives really don't understand, right? That's why they go out here and they get these expensive college degrees that have a negative return on investment. But he's saying, look, Twitter is saying that less than 5% of their users are spam/fake accounts. Now, the issue with this is that Elon Musk believes that Twitter is full of spam/fake accounts, like most of us believe, right? A lot of us believe that Twitter is full of spam/fake accounts, okay? There are accounts on Twitter, like, for example, the New York Times, right? Some of these more liberal-leaning news publications that have millions and millions of followers, but their engagement is super low, which could indicate that they don't actually really have real followers, or that there are a lot of accounts on Twitter that are simply just spam, like they're fake. They're not actual real users. And these big tech companies are notorious for overestimating and exaggerating their real users, right? The people that actually use the platform on a daily basis in a meaningful way. Okay, they do that to basically pump up their valuation numbers. However, Elon Musk, because he's a veteran in tech, okay, he knows everything about tech and how this stuff works, he's not falling for the buffoonery. And he's saying, listen, if Twitter actually has more than 5% of users that are actually just spam/fake accounts, then that means this company is not as valuable, right? That means that there's less opportunity to actually monetize the platform because you don't have real people using the platform, right? So with that being said, I think what's happening here is that this is a negotiation tactic in order to get Twitter to sell at a lower price. Okay, he's saying that this company is simply not as valuable as you guys are making out to be, even though he's already paying a premium for the company anyways. He's saying, well, listen, I shouldn't even really be paying this much for it, right? To be quite honest with you. And even if I offered a lower price, you probably would still have to sell to me considering how valuable the company actually is. Okay. So with that being said, Twitter's shares fell 8.7% to $41.15 a share in morning trading, below the $54.20 a share or $44 billion that Mr. Musk agreed to pay for the company last month. The stock was down more than 20% in pre-market trading after Mr. Musk's first tweet. So here's what I think is happening in terms of Twitter stock. I think what's happening is there's obviously speculation that Elon Musk actually might not buy Twitter, right? Which would tank the stock. But there's also speculation that he might actually acquire the company for less than $54.20 a share, which would mean that people who currently have shares of Twitter are not going to actually get paid that much. And I think that is what's making up for the almost, what, $12 to $13 difference between what Twitter's trading at right now, or as I'm reading this article, and the buying price from Elon Musk, okay? So with that being said, Twitter did not respond for comment, but my gut feeling is that this deal is actually going to go through. I think this is just a negotiation tactic. So with that being said, that didn't stop the leftists from coming out here and commenting on this and saying that Elon Musk is bluffing and that he's not actually buying Twitter. As Peter Stiff says, it looks like I was right all along. You never actually intended to buy Twitter. You were bluffing the entire time. How many Twitter shares did you sell before tweeting this announcement? Now, I mean, look, could Elon Musk choose not to go forward with it? Maybe, but I wouldn't blame him if it comes down to the fact that Twitter doesn't have as many real users as they say they had, right? At that point, again, the company's not that valuable and he's spending billions of dollars, right? If I was him, I would try to save a few billion if I could, okay? And if I feel like the company's not worth what I'm paying for, then I probably wouldn't pay for it. Or if I don't feel like I could actually monetize the platform and get a positive return on investment, then I wouldn't pay for it either. So once you start getting into buying these businesses, guys, you get a deeper look into how the business actually operates, okay? And once you get that deep dive, you're going to find a lot of things that are going to need to be worked out before a deal is actually finalized, okay? This happens all the time when you're buying businesses, okay? So Elon Musk tweeted that, hey, he's still committed to the acquisition. And surprisingly, President Trump actually weighed in on this. And this is on Truth Social. He started, I guess, truthing, right, on his own platform because he knows that the writing's on the wall with Elon Musk buying Twitter. So he's probably going to be truthing and telling his truths a whole lot more. I just wish that he had put this on Google Play Store, right? I wish there was an Android version of this because I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android, right? If I had an Android, I would be on Truth Social. But unfortunately, it's just available for iPhone right now. So we have to stick to getting screenshots that I hope are real. I've seen a couple people tweet this out, so I believe that this is real and that Trump actually said this. It definitely sounds like something Trump would say. So let's read it. Quote, "There's no way Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter at such a ridiculous price, especially since realizing it is a company largely based on bots or spam accounts. Fake anyone. By the time you get rid of them, if that can even be done, what do you have? Not much. If it weren't for the ridiculous $1 billion breakup fee, Elon would have already been long gone. Just my opinion, but Truth Social is much better than Twitter and is absolutely exploding. Incredible engagement." All right, so Trump put this truth out here, basically to take shots at Twitter. They say that Twitter is a garbage company and that people need to come over to Truth Social instead, okay? And I feel like, guys, this is probably the beginning of a little rivalry that's going to go on between Elon Musk and Trump because they're now direct competitors, okay, in regards to this whole social media platform thing. And Trump, again, is trying to get ahead of the game here and really start, truthing and really building up that platform because he knows that, once Elon Musk buys the platform, Twitter, a lot of the value proposition of Truth Social kind of goes away. Okay, if Elon Musk is truly going to allow free speech or at the very least make the platform politically neutral, right, for speech. So that being said, Elon Musk has actually also weighed in on Trump, specifically when it comes to 2024, as apparently he said that he'd prefer a less divisive candidate in 2024 than Trump, but that Trump should be back on Twitter. So let's actually read this. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted on Thursday evening that even though he preferred a less divisive candidate than former President Donald Trump in 2024, he still thinks that Trump should be restored to Twitter. Even though I think a less divisive candidate would be better in 2024, I still think Trump should be restored to Twitter, Musk tweeted. Musk added in a separate tweet on Thursday, quote, Biden's mistake is that he thinks he was elected to transform the country, but actually everyone just wanted less drama. You know, I got an opinion on this. But let's read a little bit more here. The Tesla CEO made the comments at FT Law's Future of the Car conference hosted on Tuesday. Quote, permanent ban should be extremely rare and really reserved for accounts that are bots, spam accounts. I do think that it's not correct to ban Donald Trump. Musk said, I think that it was a mistake because it alienated a large part of the country and did not ultimately result in Donald Trump not having a voice. All right, so I think Elon Musk is off the mark when it comes to his comments about Trump, specifically when he talks about the divisiveness of presidential candidates, okay? Because the reality is that no matter who runs, right, no matter who becomes the GOP nominee, the left-wing liberal media is going to make them out to be the worst person ever, right? They're going to make them out to be the new Trump. And quite honestly, he should be aware of this because he's been made out to be the new Trump, right? He's the new Trump. According to the mainstream liberal media, right? According to the left, and the guy is not even conservative, right? He's more of a libertarian, right? And they've made him out to be the new Trump. So Elon Musk should be smart enough to realize that it doesn't matter who gets the nomination for the GOP in 2024. They're going to be divisive by definition because they disagree with the Democrat Party, right? I mean, look what they did to John McCain, okay? John McCain, when he was running in the primaries versus the other Republicans, the Democrats loved him, right? They was like, oh, John McCain, he works with the Democrats. You know, he's more of a moderate. And then as soon as that man became the GOP nominee, they hated him, okay? Same thing with Mitt Romney. When he was the GOP nominee, they hated him, right? They tried to accuse the man of what wanted to bring back slavery or something like that. They made up all types of crazy stuff. And again, Mitt Romney is, again, more moderate Republicans, okay? He's about the most moderate as you can get as a Republican. And they still made him out to be some type of divisive, radical, right-wing extremist, okay? So it doesn't matter who is the candidate in 2024. The left is going to make them seem to be the worst thing in the world, which is going to be divisive by definition. And I think Elon Musk is off the mark when it comes to his comments about Trump, you know, talking about 2024 and how he wants a less divisive candidate. Is actually impossible, right? It is impossible to have that in our current political environment. So with that being said, will Elon Musk still purchase Twitter? I think so. If I had to bet, you know, I mean, I could bet, I could buy Twitter, but I really don't want to, just because I just feel like if he doesn't go through with the deal, then the stock will tank. And with crypto crashing and the rest of the market crashing, I just can't afford to lose any more money gambling. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.